Hey guys, it's Tanner, back with some more Doodle Empires, and back with some more Doodle Empires after a little bit of a long time. um, yeah, after Doodle Empires came out on Steam, I kind of dropped the ball a little bit with posting on YouTube, but I'm thinking about trying to post a bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna be super regular about it, but I'm gonna try and post, maybe some gameplay, some behind the scenes stuff, every once in a while at least. And today I'm actually going to be showing you guys some behind the scenes stuff as well as talking about the new stuff that's been added ever since my last video, which I believe was the trailer for the game, as well as what I'm working on currently and what I maybe want to add in the future, stuff I'm thinking about. Yeah, stuff that's not concrete, but it's in my mind, so... let's go ahead and get started with just things that I've added. A lot of the stuff that has been added, it's like bug fixes. I've like reworked some mechanics of the game, and there's also some more tangible stuff, like one big thing on the main menu here. This is more like a fun thing than an actual useful thing, but we got some splash text here that'll show like a random message. Well, random, it's stuff that I've written. It's usually like references to either map or geography stuff, maybe mechanics in the game, stuff about the Discord community, and then there's also just random stuff for things that I like. Random references to like shows, movies, stuff like that. But yeah, we have an example here. Me one border gore. Frowny face. I don't like it. But I understand everybody's doing their best with the borders, so... Actually, one of the reasons I made Doodle Empires was because I wanted to eliminate border gore, because, I mean, if you're the one drawing it, it's harder to have it happen. Doesn't always work out that way, but hey, had to try. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some more exciting stuff. Actually, while we're in the main menu, I can still, if we go to new game, since my last video, I've added 2 new maps. We have South Asia and West Africa. South Asia, that's like India, Pakistan, sort of a bit of Southeast Asia. I believe it goes over to like Singapore in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. If that gives you an idea, but and then we got West Africa, which is West Africa. Gets a little bit of Central Africa, I believe, like the western coast of Central Africa, but it's a cool map. And I've been updating. Oh well, let's just load in a game here. I'm gonna do my tiny game. Which that's for like a game where I've been doing very low draw power. Take this a second to load in here. But yeah, one big thing I've added into the game is biomes. Before we just had the hills, mountains, and flatlands. But now we have some new shades of gray here. We got deserts, we got a bit of forest, jungle here is this sort of darker gray, and we also have tundra. And with these new biomes, you might be saying, this is a lot of gray. Well, we also got a new map mode here, the terrain map mode, which is much prettier. You don't see the nations in here, but we don't really need to see the nations. This is more to get an idea of what the kind of tile you're drawing on. And god, that looks great. Here, let me see if I can zoom out all the way here, just get a full look at this. Perfect. So yeah, we have the terrain mode, And one thing you probably noticed when I clicked the terrain mode, map mode changes are also very fast now. In the past, they were a bit slow, take maybe a couple seconds to load the full map mode. The way I was doing it before is I had the whole map on one tile map, and it would just, every time you hit the map mode, or new map mode, it would like load in every single tile and decide, do I need to change the color of this tile? It would just take a lot. But now I've split every map mode into its own tile map, and I'm just sort of slowly changing each tile as you draw. So as I'm here, wait, first off, let me increase the draw power. I'm not gonna save, so it's fine. As I draw here, it's also drawing the correct like color tile on the other tile map. So for origin, if I go to origin mode, it's also drawing on the origin mode. And I believe Rome has a faith. It does. Okay, cool. It's also drawing on the faith mode. So instead of loading every single tile every time you want to switch map modes, I'm just turning on and off each tile map depending on which one you need. And it'll also load the forts as well. I don't have forts enabled on this one. Just because with the tiny nations, it's kind of, the forts get a bit big on here. I didn't want to clutter it, but forts will also load. Some other changes we also have, well, we have a bigger brush size now, if you need it. And also one thing, speaking of loading a bunch of tiles, I've changed how saving and loading works a little bit here. So before, I didn't realize that I was doing this, but before, when you were saving the game, it would save every single tile, whether you were drawing on it or whether you were drawn on it or not. And that was making, one, the save time and load times a bit longer, as well as making the file sizes a bit bigger. Now I've made it that it only saves the tiles that you've already drawn on, which makes it super quick to save, and consequently makes it quicker to load, as well as making the file sizes smaller, at least in the early game. Obviously, if you fill out the whole map, it'll kind of go back to how it was before, but it'll probably be a while in your games before you reach that point. So I think it's a good improvement. So let's see. If I do test, only took like a second. So that's a huge improvement there. Let's see, what else do we want to, okay, I also have, this is work in progress. This is something I'm currently working on, and this is a placeholder icon here, but this is basically going to be what I'm gonna call the refresh button. It kind of works as a skip button as well. You can call it either one, but essentially this is going to be a little bit two-in-one or dual purpose. Every once in a while, at least in my Discord, I get people who are saying that their saves, for whatever reason, they've kind of got soft locked from some kind of small bug, like deep into their game. So ideally, I'm going to figure out what's going on with each of those bugs and fix them. But for now, I'm going to make a refresh button. That way, if you're ever stuck and can't select a nation and draw a new card, you can hit this button and you can just go back to the whole select nation, draw a new card loop there. And it also works as a skip button, so if you don't like a card that you've drawn, like Found Religion, I know, especially in my game here, I've had Found Religion show up more than I wanted it to. Not more than I wanted it to, but in places that I was like, I don't really want a new religion here. I want it in another spot, but not here. And there was no way to skip it before, but now there will be once I get this working fully. Right now it doesn't quite work with adopt religion, so I need to fix that. So if I want to skip a card, like adopt religion, oh, I guess I don't have it set for adopt religion. Gotta work on that. Let's see. Adopt. Oh, that's an issue. Well, this is why we do these. This is why we do this. But here, if I do large expand, of course you could hit the X for the large expand, but I'll hit this for showing it off. And it'll just go back to the default state here. But yeah, so let's go ahead. We got that. I think I've covered everything we could talk about here. So let's go ahead. Let's go back to the main menu for a second here. Exit there. We got another splash screen. I think that's one that's not in the game yet. So those of you in the Discord who are keeping track of all the splash screens, here's one that you're gonna get in the future. Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. More of a reference to the splash mechanic itself. I thought it was funny. Yeah, if we go to the map maker, there's some new things here, so I'm gonna just go with that map size. We have a few things that have been added. I think the map maker has changed layout a little bit since my first videos. Or I guess not my first video. Well, yes, my first videos, but my last video that I've posted. I've changed the layout a bit. We've added some new biomes, obviously. And we also, I'm working on this fill bucket here. I'm not 100% sure on if I want to improve the icon or not. I think it's okay for now, but that might change in the future. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead. One change that I've made here, you will notice that the marker now changes color depending on what biome you have selected. I think before I just kind of had it like a green marker, like how it is in the main menu. But it will switch depending which color you have selected, as well as we have the terrain map mode and political map mode in the map maker now. So if you want a bit more of a clear color system here, the marker will also change for that, and the map will change as well. And we also have the fill bucket. So if I want to turn this desert into tundra, I can do that. And if I want to turn, I believe this was forest into hills, we can do that. Then we can go back to political, it'll switch. And yeah, I think that's it for the map maker. Oh, I haven't started on this yet, but I do want to set up some sort of undo button. I need to look into that. I have an idea of how that's gonna work, kinda, but yeah, I need to do some research on that. But let's go ahead, let's go back to the main menu here. And let's, another splash screen. Yeah, that's a reference to the bucket. Anyway, some things I want to add in the future that I'm kind of thinking of. Well, first, I'm thinking of revamping the select map menu here. It's getting a little old and dated, and we're kind of running out of room here. So I'm thinking of like some sort of, maybe like a carousel list. If you don't know what that is, it's going to be kind of like a list that's going like horizontal like this. Maybe there's some arrows going this way and this way, or you could scroll to select what map you want, and the one you have selected will be like in the middle, so it'll scroll and like loop around over and over, depending, you know, how much you scroll. And then down here, I'm thinking of like a sneak peek image down here as well, to show you what the map looks like. So I think that'll be a good improvement for the maps. Oh, one thing. One thing I forgot, there are map things that I'm currently working on. So before we go back to what I want to add in the future, let's check out one map that I'm working on. I am updating, I'm almost done updating and adding biomes to all of the previously made maps. I think all I have left, Asia isn't out yet, but I have finished that. And then I have North Sea left. I believe that's it, unless I'm skipping one on accident. But the map I'm working on right now is a new map, and that is Pangea. My Discord Doodle Baron subscribers voted on this one a little while ago. Currently working on it. It's a little bit of a mess. If you want an idea of how I work, I am just sort of hopping through the different areas here, working on them little by little. If I get bored with one biome, I switch over to the other. And this Pangea map, I think it's looking good. It's a little bit of a challenge compared to the other maps, because Pangea doesn't really have the same sort of it's not a set, like there's not an exact Pangea. Like there are like plenty of moments where all of the continents were technically like all together, and you know they're still Pangea, but they're not like, I don't know. This isn't a paleontology video. This is a historical map video. So I won't ramble about that. But so this one is gonna have, or it's gonna require a little bit more creative freedom here. So I'll have to sort of eyeball and guess like what's hills, what's mountains. Obviously these are mountains here. And this is clearly like a desert of some kind. And I don't know if I'm going to add flatlands, just because, like, I guess flatlands isn't, like, technically or exclusively grasslands. But grass didn't technically exist yet in this period of time. So I don't know what I'm going to do with flatlands. I've technically added it here, but it's more of a placeholder. This will be like jungle over here, and I'm gonna make this forest and desert over here. But yeah, I'm working on that. I'm gonna have to add some rivers as well, because it's a little lackluster on that, or it's not showing the rivers as much. I think this is a river here. I've gone ahead and said it was a river. I'm pretty certain that this is a river here. If it's not, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm working on the Pangea map, as well as I need to finish updating the North Sea map to add like forest and tundra as well. But yeah, let's go back to the main menu here. Here, we can hit play. Now with too many splits. But yeah, I want to add this sort of carousel map select, and then another idea I was toying around with. As the making of this video, EU5 recently came out, and they have this mechanic called international. I believe it's called international organizations, and it got me thinking. I've gotten suggestions from people asking for like an alliances system, or to like add ideologies to the game, to Doodle Empires. I don't think alliances, I think, would work. Ideologies, I don't think really fits in the game as like a mechanic that I make like directly, but I was thinking maybe I can kind of group them together almost by making some sort of group system, or like organization system. Not necessarily organization. I'll probably find a better name than that, but I'm thinking you can add nations into groups together. You can call them alliances, you can call them ideologies, depending on what you name them and such. And I'm thinking you could make it so that, or I'll make it so that you can't expand into the territories of a nation you're in a group with. So I'm thinking something like that. And it won't be like a card that you draw. I'm thinking it's more something you decide when to put a nation in a group, when to create a group, when to delete a group. You just do it whenever you want. Kind of similar to how I've added the markers, the map markers. It's not a card like forts. You kind of just add it at your own whim. So it'll make it a little bit more sandboxy in that way. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's definitely a lot of little things that I've added into the game that I have not covered that I'm just forgetting, but that's pretty much the gist of Doodle Empires at the moment. So yeah, let me know how you guys think the game is going. Yeah, thank you guys so much for playing the game, for buying it on Steam or itch.io, either one. I don't really mind either way. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll try and do this more every once in a while, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.